if you happen to be watching this video on the day that I'm posting it, then guess what? Today's my birthday. I'm 20. We're gonna get into it. I'm not gonna start now. Yes, that's right. If you're watching this video the day I'm posting it, or even soon after, I am now officially 20 years old. That's crazy. Like I said, we're gonna get into it, but I am so excited. I'm so excited for a couple different reasons. One, I'm excited to be here. Love hanging out with you guys. I'm excited to film this video, but I'm also so excited because although today's my birthday, you know, whatever, we don't care. I actually have a gift for you guys. I've been working on this for so long, and I hope you guys end up being as excited about this as I am. Maybe nobody's gonna care. But if anything, this could be your birthday present to me. I'm so excited to announce that I officially have a second channel. I've been working so hard on this, you guys have no idea. We're doing reactions, we're doing commentary, we're doing everything in between. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm not gonna go too in-depth in this video just because the second this video is posted, I will also be posting a video for that channel that will kind of be like the introduction and me kind of diving into what that channel is gonna be and everything in between. So if you're interested in that, or you just, you know, want to check it out, I mean, it's my birthday, go subscribe, let me know. Also, just like let me know what type of content you guys want to see. I'm so excited. I've been working so hard and it's exactly what I want it to be. I also, again, I promise I won't talk about it too much more. I also am launching with that channel a Patreon, which is so exciting. Again, I'll have a whole in-depth version on the other channel if you want to fully see what's going on over there. Over there, I'll be doing uncut album reactions as well as Patreon exclusive videos that you can only find on the Patreon. There's a couple different tiers if you want to look around. There's even a tier that includes me sending out handwritten notes to you guys every month. So there's a bunch of stuff going on and I'm so excited and so thankful to have you here. I hope you guys end up loving that channel as much as I already love it, and we're just getting started with it. So anyway, enough of that. Because now I'm officially 20, I decided that I wanted to go to my Instagram story to have you guys ask me just any advice that I have on my teenage years, because I'm officially no longer a teen, which is so crazy. I'm now officially in my 20s era. Now I have to start saying I'm in my 20s. And you guys definitely delivered, so thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram if you ever want to be in a video like this. I mean, there is so much here, Jesus. It's still going. It's crazy. Wow. Okay, you know what? Let's just get into it. How did you learn to manage mood changes / being upset without it being the end of the world? This is actually a really good question. I feel like when you're a teenager, well, hormonally, your emotions just are all over the place, but you tend to feel like everything is the end of the world. And I think a lot of getting older is realizing that that's not the case. And just because something happened to you when you're 15, 16, in that moment you feel like the world is ending, it actually, in the grand scheme of things, when you look back at it a couple years later, you're like, you know what? That actually meant nothing to me. And that's nothing against, you know, being young and having strong emotions and feeling that way. It's kind of just a part of being a teenager. In terms of mood changes and being upset, it was very interesting for me because I don't know how much I've actually talked about this on my channel, but I actually have borderline personality disorder. It's not necessarily mood switches, but my emotions are just so up and down all over the place. I can feel every emotion so intensely within the span of 30 seconds, and it's a lot for me, and it makes my days very overwhelming and exhausting a lot of the time. In terms of learning how to manage it, I think honestly therapy has been the best thing for me. I've been in therapy for, I want to say 5 years at this point, and I've had the same therapist who I love so much and I feel so safe and comfortable around, so she's been such a major help for me in my life. I just started doing this recently, so I don't want to say this has like been a life-changing thing for me, but journaling has helped me so much. I now journal literally 3 full pages every single day. I will say it kind of takes me a while. I do have to wake up like an hour earlier just so I have an hour to like write my pages, but I've also become kind of superstitious about it, and I feel like if I don't do my morning pages, then my day's gonna suck. I found journaling to be really helpful. It's also, journaling so good because you are able to write down how you're feeling in that moment, and then you're able to look back on it and reflect on it. No, there are times when I'm journaling and I'll be writing in my journal like, this is happening and I feel like everything's come crashing down and it feels like the end of the world, and then I can look back on that in 2 days and I'm like, you know what, I felt like the world was gonna end, and I literally now have a visual reminder that it didn't end and everything's okay. So I would just say finding coping skills that works for you. I understand that not everybody wants to journal. I didn't want to journal for the longest time because I just felt like I couldn't do it, and I don't know if it was my ADHD that you know, my emotions were just so all over the place. Journaling seemed kind of impossible for me. Now I like swear by it. So just finding out, you know, what works for you. How did you deal with loneliness in high school? I love you so much. I love you too. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. In terms of actually how I dealt with it, it's boring and stupid and simple, but I kind of just had to deal with it. I knew school was something I had to do despite how much I didn't want to be there. Honest to God, and I've said this before, but I truly mean this. The only thing that got me through school was being able to make videos. Throughout my whole high school experience, for pretty much the most part, granted, you know, the pandemic happened, so, you know, take that into consideration, but pretty much all of my high school years, I was vlogging and filming everything. Were they interesting vlogs? No. Was I alone in all of them? Yes. Are they still public on my channel for you to watch if you choose to do so? I don't recommend it, but like if they're there if you want to see. Being able to film it was something that was very important for me, not because I was trying to even become famous or become an influencer. I've always felt this really strong connection to filming and editing, and it's like the one creative form, and it's hard for me to explain because if you don't feel this way, it's not going to make sense to you. Filming and making videos is something that I have to do. It just pours out of me naturally. It's not something that I really have to force myself. I mean, obviously I have to physically set up the camera, and I'm sitting here and I had to get everything ready, so I had to physically do this, but it's always just come so naturally to me, and it's become my coping skill and my coping mechanism. And especially back then in school when I was not only alone, but I was also so depressed, it was the one thing that I had for myself to do, and it made going throughout my days at school so much more easy because I was like, you know what, at least I can film this and I can edit it and I can turn it into something that I can reflect back on. I'm not trying to suggest that to people. I mean, if filming at school is something that'll help you, then obviously I recommend it, but I don't think that that's kind of the case for most people. But the overall theme of, you know, what I'm trying to get at here is just trying to figure out anything, literally anything that you can do to make school feel a little bit better for you. If you're somebody who has to deal with going to school alone and not having any friends, I'm aware how horrible it is. I'm sending you all my love because it's rough. For sure. I'm a teenage boy and I love to be myself. Outfits, makeup, but I can't because of people's opinions. So how do you manage to not care about people's opinions? I love your videos. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. I totally understand this, but I feel like I've also been somebody who, and again, I do think this kind of comes with age, but I'm at the point now where I don't care. I was so miserable for so many years. I spent so many years being so depressed and so miserable and just not wanting to be here anymore that I'm now at the point where I don't care. I don't have time. I don't have the energy to feed into those thoughts, and I know that's easier said than done, and I know that's probably not what you want to hear because it's like that's not helpful advice, but I will say I do think it's something that comes with age where you just get to a point where you don't care anymore. And I will say, like, getting out of high school definitely helped because being in high school, a lot of people are really immature and having to deal with, you know, those people's opinions is kind of difficult. But the second I got out of high school, it's like I don't have to appease to anybody anymore. I could do whatever I want. It's my life. I can do whatever. And not only just getting out of high school, but obviously when you graduate, typically you turn 18, or you turn 18 when you're in high school. So now you're an adult. So now you can literally do whatever you want. Obviously, don't break the law, but you know. What has been your favorite part of your teen years? I feel like this is like the thing I have to say about everything, but it truly is making videos. Obviously I have little like life experiences and, you know, going to concerts in my teen years and camping out for concerts and having, you know, making friends that way. Those are such core memories that I hold, you know, throughout my teen years that are so important to me. But really it is filming videos. I mean, my camera is literally my best friend. It's the person I honestly see the most. It's also so cool because I've documented so much of my life that I have these little time capsules of moments in my life where I can go back on and look at things. And, you know, it's not always the nicest of things. You know, I don't always love watching videos of me back when I was super depressed, but it is a reminder of, like, you know, how far I've come, and sometimes I need that, and it's nice to have that. If you could tell your younger self any advice, what would you say? Okay, so I do instinctually want to give the cheesy cliche answer, which is like I wouldn't change anything, because it is true. Like, everything that happens in your life, whether it's good or bad, it does lead you to where you are in your life. That's just naturally how it is. You can't change the universe. You can't change the outcome of everything in your life. So that is, you know, the first thing that I want to say is I wouldn't change anything, because I really wouldn't. Like, honestly, that's not like a PR answer. It's not me trying to be like, oh, you know, I wouldn't change anything, because I really wouldn't. But if I did have the opportunity to sit my younger self down and say anything to him, I honestly think I would just say, everything's gonna be okay. It's so cliche and it sounds so stupid, but I feel like I wouldn't want to give him advice because, again, I'm happy that I've gone through everything that I have because it's got me to where I am today. But I think my younger self definitely could have used a little comfort from, you know, maybe my older self, of being able to hear that everything is gonna be okay. Because when I was younger, I did not think everything was gonna be okay. I thought I was gonna be miserable forever. I thought I was like destined to be depressed all the time. I thought that was literally like my prophecy. Like, I was just destined to be a sensitive and heartbroken person my entire life, and that's not the case. I'm still sensitive, but, you know, will life get better after teenagehood? I'll let you know. I mean, I'm just now exiting out of my teen years, so I really do feel like the older I get, the more happy I become. And I don't know why I feel that way, but so far everything's kind of just been going up from here. Granted, I've had a, you know, whatever. In terms of this year specifically, like, it's only been going up in terms of my happiness and my confidence and my success, which is very exciting. What is your advice about drinking alcohol during teen years? So I actually, fun fact, I've never had a sip of alcohol in my entire life. And honestly, I don't really ever plan on it. Now, obviously, I'm only, just turned 20 years old, but it's also very naive to say that teenagers don't drink, because they definitely do. I don't know. It's very interesting to me, and I talk about this a lot in therapy. I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact that my mom was an alcoholic, and I was also just exposed to alcohol and alcoholics a lot in my childhood, which is why I have so much trauma. But I think because of that, it's really made me, I don't want to say anti-alcohol, but I just have no desire to at all. It's not even like I have to fight the urge to be like, oh no, I don't want to drink, even though I do. I literally don't. And I'm also not against people drinking. I'm not like, oh, don't drink around me. Like, I can't handle it. I'm fine. I'm good. Whatever. Honestly, just be safe. Someone said, what's the lore behind your love for Snoopy? This is really funny. Honestly, I don't know. I guess as I got older, it's like, I also just kind of relate to a lot of the cartoons, and it's comforting for me. It's something I can escape into, and I love the cartoons. I think they're really cute. I don't know, big Snoopy guy over here. Is there a deep cut Taylor Swift song that got you through high school, or was it just Taylor period? I mean, of course, it's always Taylor. Everything Taylor. I'm trying to think of a specific song that I remember listening to in high school. I listened to All Too Well 10-minute version a lot in high school because I just hated school so much. That's actually how I would time my classes. Like, I would have to listen to 4 All Too Well 10-minute versions, and then the class would be over. 40 minutes sounds like a really long time, but 4 All Too Well listenings, I can do that. That sounds so much better to me. When you were a teenager, did you ever get depression? If so, what ages? I feel like I've had depression my entire life. Honestly, I feel like I was born with depression and it's never gone away. Obviously, I'm so much happier now, but I still have depression. Like, it's still very much here. I still very much have to battle it every single day. When I was in my teen years, though, it wasn't just depression. It was like, I don't want to be here anymore, and I am actively taking the steps to try to not be here anymore. That's like the family friendly way of talking about what I'm trying to talk about. So yeah, it was really rough. I feel like the ages of 15 to 17 were a blur. I don't really remember those ages, to be honest. It was so sad. I have so much empathy for that period of time and that version of myself, because I was going through it in a way that you would not believe. I honestly sometimes, not to get super dark, but I'm very surprised that I'm still here. I almost wasn't, and I tried multiple times to not be here anymore. I'm so thankful that I still am, because, look how far we've come. It's crazy. What's something you should live your life by? Oh, there's so many things I want to say. Ugh, I wish I had like a good quote to throw at you that was like really profound and like, whatever. I think the main thing is honestly just putting yourself first. You are the most important person in your life. Not your partner, not the person you're in a relationship with, not your best friend, not even your parents. Okay, I don't know if that's controversial. I feel like some people might be like, but my parents mean more to me than I do myself. That's not my journey. I just think it's so important to make sure that you are your own best friend. And I'm not saying you have to completely love every fiber of yourself. I think this idea that you have to love every single ounce of yourself is kind of not realistic, because even though I love myself and I've grown so much, more confident in myself, there's still a lot of things I don't really like about myself. But, I have to deal with that. I have to get through it. This is the body that has carried me throughout my entire life. These are the same hands that swung on the monkey bars when I was 5 years old. These are now the same hands that I used to hold a microphone to do my job. So I also would just say, like, having empathy for others. I feel like some people have this mentality, and I just don't personally agree, but I think some people have this mentality that you don't owe anybody anything. And to a certain extent, like, I do understand that, but I think in general, we all owe each other empathy and trying to understand where we're coming from. Now, obviously, I don't say that to excuse anybody's bad behavior, but, I'm somebody who I try to live my life by. If somebody's being mean to me or being rude to me, I try not to immediately jump to being defensive and jump to wanting to fight back. This person's probably just going through something. Maybe they had a really bad breakup at the beginning of the day, and now they're, for whatever reason, taking it out on me. And I'm not saying that that's okay or that's right, but, we've all had bad days and we have bad moments, and I think we all have instances where we take out that anger or that frustration on a person who maybe doesn't deserve it. So honestly, I think everybody should live their life by having a little bit more empathy and compassion to each other, because I think it only can do good things. What's the most important thing to discover about yourself? I would say just figuring out exactly what makes you happy and being okay with that, and not letting anybody judge that or critique that or criticize that. But I feel like I had to spend a lot of time figuring out exactly what makes me happy, and not only just figuring it out, but also being okay with whatever that thing might be. I feel like in the past I knew certain things would make me happy, but I felt like I couldn't do it, or I felt like other people were gonna judge me or make me feel weird about it. And again, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older, but I'm now at the point where I don't care. If I'm doing something, it's because it makes me happy. I kind of don't really care what you have to say about it, respectfully. of course. How do you deal with homophobic comments about your appearance and choices? Again, I kind of hate talking about this stuff because I feel like my answers are so surface level and honestly not really helpful. And again, I think it's just because I've suffered and been miserable for so long. I now am at the point where I don't care. I don't have time to care. I don't have the energy to care. I spent so many years where that's all I cared about is what other people had to say about me and my appearance and my face and my body, my clothes, my voice, everything, to the point where I don't care. I don't care. You think I'm annoying? I don't care. You think the clothes I wear are stupid? I don't care. You think that me liking Taylor Swift so much is stupid? I don't care. You think that makeup is only for girls and that me wearing makeup is stupid? I don't care. You think my voice is annoying? Honestly, me too, but like, I don't care. And not only did I spend so many years focused on other people's opinions, but I spent so many years just beating myself up over everything. And it was so bad and so miserable, but honestly, I'm not grateful it happened. I'm not trying to say that. I feel like now I'm at the point where there really truly is nothing you can say to me that I haven't already said to myself. I've said everything. I understand that's easier said than done, and I wish that everybody could kind of have that mentality, because I will say I'm so much happier now that I literally DGAF. Okay, we're gonna end off this video on a very interesting worded question, which I actually really like. When did you find yourself, and who is Aiden? I love you and your videos. I love you too. Great question, because this has taken me so many years to figure out, and I feel like I finally accepted that I'm always gonna be changing. So who I am right now is obviously not gonna be who I am in a year, and that's exciting to me. I'm excited to see who I am in a year. But right now, in this moment, Aiden Watson is tired. First of all, I'm so tired. Aiden Watson, this feels weird talking in third person. He is finally, for the first time in his life, putting himself first, and is finally really happy with who he is as a person. He doesn't look in the mirror and feel ashamed or disgusted with what he sees. He now sees someone who has been through so much and is finally kind of, for the first time in forever, coming out on the other side of that. He's emotional. He's sensitive. He feels everything very deeply. And he spent so many years being so upset over the fact that he was so sensitive and trying to change that and get rid of that. And now he realizes that it's actually his strongest trait. It's something that he loves about himself. He loves how sensitive he is. He loves the empathy he has for people. He loves how he always tries to see the good in people. He loves his softness and his gentleness. And although it makes his life a little difficult sometimes because everything is very sensitive, he wouldn't change it for the world, honestly. Anyway, I thank you for being here. Seriously, I can't believe, I don't know, this feels so weird. I think just because it's my birthday, I feel like this is like the start. I mean, it is the start of a new era. Why don't I break my equipment while I'm at it? Jesus. But yeah, I don't know. This feels like kind of the start of a new era. Not only am I in my 20s, but it's the start of my brand new channel. Please go check it out. I'm so excited. I literally have so many videos that are already ready to go. But yeah, thank you again for being here and supporting me. It truly means so much to me. I think if you didn't already know, making videos is my favorite thing in the entire world. It's my lifeline. It's my safe space. It's everything and more for me. I love it so much. It just naturally pours out of me, and I have no control over it, really. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And again, you know, check out the second channel and the Patreon and my Instagram and my TikTok. I have so many things to talk about now. This is so exciting. Okay, I love you. I'll see you soon. Love you, bye.
Mm-hmm.